champ. What's up?
Ain't nothing. What's going on?
How you feeling?
I'm good. I'm good.
Man, you sound like you down. You just got off a hard workout or what?
Yeah, man. I just did my miles in a boot camp, so I had to cut the last set short so I could get on the call with you guys. I've
Oh,
been
well, we
working nonstop.
appreciate you cutting the workout to give us some time, man. Obviously, I don't think we've had you on since January. Um, lot of things shaking in women's boxing, specifically from MVP and the people that you're linked with. Has there been any? Is there any news for you? Because they mentioned a lot for MVP. What's going on with you? When are you defending your belt?
There's big news for me as we're still working out some of the details, um, and we should be making an announcement somewhat by beginning of May. But I'll definitely be active July 11th. Um, so I'm looking forward to this matchup. With MVP, we can't necessarily. They don't want us to announce anything until it's solidified and then paper on paper.
For sure, for sure. Um, so how I'm assuming then what to get prepared for then, right? Because my next question was going to be how do you train for the unknown, but you just can't announce.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, that
hmm
works. So have you watched tape? What do you think? I mean, what type of performance you think you're gonna put on?
Um, you know what? As fighters, we have a tendency to say these things before our fights, and we expect to manifest it and say that we're going to do well and it's going to be one of our best performances. And I think that it's been said in the past and in history that sometimes it takes for a fighter to become a world champion for them to perform 50% better than what they actually do. I'm looking forward to busting my ass in training as I have been for the past couple of months. I'm always in the gym and I'm working on things, and my team is back tight together. So I'm looking forward to you know taking my training to another level, pushing myself unbelievably, to where I think I can't go and going past that. And I'm looking to have fun July 11th and let the chips fall where they may. Of course, them falling in my hands and me being victorious. So I'm excited about this. It's a different kind of feel. Like I'm actually really, really, really excited. No nerves. I'm up for the challenge. I miss the spotlight. I miss the crowd. I miss the audience, and I miss the smell of the gloves. So I'm really ready and excited about being a part of the MVP stable, and I'm really, really ready to show my talent and my skills.
So how's it feel? And have you gone back home, home with the WBO belt? And you know how has the community received you? How's that been becoming a champion? This has been a lifelong dream for you that you got to accomplish. How has life changed? At least even slightly.
It's changed. I feel like Patterson has always shown me love and looked at me as a champion, but to actually be a world champion, it's definitely changed my life and the way I look at the sport of boxing. You know, it hasn't really hit me. It actually just puts a lot of pressure on me because I want more. But I got to be appreciative of the title that I won, and so it's nice and polished, sitting up where I can see it every morning, and it just gives me, you know, that motive and that mojo to say let's go get it. Let's get some company. So, Patterson has always been in my corner. My family has always been in my corner. Now I have to lead by example. I can't slow down. I can't bullshit around. So I'm pushing, and sometimes I'm pushing people next to me because I'm going so hard. So it's changed the aspect of my career. It's a part of my dream. That's one step towards what it is that I want to accomplish. So I'm grateful.
Um, I got a good relationship with Hannah Gabriels, and I've been trying to get on this show, and she's been saying yeah, but she keeps saying hold on, I'm working on some things. I'm trying to get on the show when I can announce what I got going. But she also fought at 66 her last fight. How realistic is a fight with you and Hannah Gabriel's? Is that and on a scale from 1 to 10, how bad do you want it? 10 being the highest.
Right now, 0. This fight that I have in my
Wow.
yeah, 0. Like we, I don't want to play matchmaker today. We have somebody on the table who has something I want. I have something she wants, and this is going to be the biggest fight. As far as the heavier weight division that can possibly be made at this time. That's it. I mean,
Okay.
you should go on your toolbox and take a.
Nah, it
I'm
sound
not
like a
into.
unification to me. Sound like a unification to me.
I don't want to have to be able to say it, but please don't mention any other fighter besides that or Clarissa Shields, who we tried to get that fight as well. So
Okay. So we talking about Franchon's WBC.
we offer Franchon a rematch 3 or 4 times. No, we're not interested. That's you. You know I can't say it, right? So
No, I don't
again,
want you to. I don't want you to. But what's your thoughts
we're
on
not
her
talking about
signing with?
Franchon.
What's your thoughts on her signing with Celita?
I have no thoughts on that. Shouts out to MVP. We just did MVP put Nikisa and Jake Paul put their foot on every promoter's neck with the moves that they made for women's boxing. All these other promoters had ample time to do certain things that way and make these moves. So even with that announcement, it kind of like shout out to MVP.
For real. Champ, you think you got that killer instinct that you originally had when you first got into this game?
Absolutely. It,
So
it, it you lose it and it comes back. You know.
do you think you lost it?
I think I put it away a little bit. I think that
What caused you to do
at
that, you think?
my loss and how I um some of the things that I did during the press conference of my loss. I had that killer instinct, and I was like, going through those events, and we're pushing and tugging, and then it's like I got in there and I lost. So I'm like, you know what? Let me shelve that. Let me cool myself down, and just focus on performing. You know, not being able to find a median, being too aggressive and coming out fighting upset and angry and having anxiety and whatnot and everything that I went through, and then being too calm and coming out like, you know what, I just want a pretty performance and showcase my skills and get up out of here. You understand what I'm saying? So now I think I found that median on where I need to be, that killer, how I need to be that killer. Man, it starts off with me, and then it happens in training, and then your trainers are able to, they'll tell you. Like Barry's been saying that to me for a couple of fights, like we need to get that kill back. And now you got terrific, like, yo, we got the sweep. Now it's time for us to lock in on the
Wait,
Terminator.
wait,
So
wait. You said we got terrific.
I said you got terrific with that's wanting to work on that Terminator.
Yeah, but terrific's back in the team?
Absolutely.
Oh shit, that's so dope. Oh, I'm happy for him. That's crazy. When that happened?
Well,
Man,
if you
you
first of all, let
giving
me
me the
just
latest interview. I want more energy. Come on, man. That's crazy. I'm happy as hell y'all back together.
yeah, Barry's the lead, terrific's the assistant. But if you
That's
would have been
dope though.
paying attention to my Instagram, liking my pictures, you know what I'm saying, and whoever's behind the Boxing Voice Instagram, don't be snapping in my DM. That's one thing. Okay. Two,
Snapping.
I
Let me
have.
go like
Nah, I'm just
everything
playing.
right
I'm
now,
just.
but that's dope. I'm
Nah, but
so
see that
happy.
I posted that to the story. I had did like a little video and I was shadowboxing and stuff, and you've seen Barry telling me stuff, and then you've seen Terrific. But yeah, me and Barry and Terrific, we definitely working back together. He's been over here at World Athletics. I was in PA twice, yesterday and Monday, and yeah, I
Oh
mean,
man, I'm excited. That's dope.
yeah.
Shout out.
hmm
Wow, what? I mean, you know what? I don't even want the details. I'm just happy y'all back together. That's great,
hmm
man. That's good news. Let me get to the people's questions. I know you only have 15 minutes. You in between workouts. We got Treese in Toledo, Ohio. He said, would you go to the UK for that Savannah Marshall fight? And if someone made a movie of your life, who would you want to play the lead role?
With Savannah coming to the USA for that Shadasia Green fight. And I've never really thought about that. I don't know. I haven't thought about that yet.
That's
Sorry,
something to think
Tracy
about.
from
You
Toledo.
got to sit down with your wife and be like, man, who would we let, right? Because Christy
Yeah.
Martin getting her movie done, and she got Sydney Sweeney. That's gonna bring in some eyeballs, from
Oh wow,
mainstream America.
that's dope.
Yeah, shout out to Christy. Um, so I got some more here. But wow, so are you already sparring because you know who you got, or y'all just pre-camp? What stage of camp are you in?
Well, I've been in pre-camp for a long time. And July 11th, there's ways to go. So I kind of leave it to the trainers to say, hey, we're going to, they know when to turn it up. So I've been sparring on and off. I got Kirk Bergamento, who's actually fighting at the end of the month, the 26th or the 27th. I've actually helped Lady Fia Fava, who
Okay,
she fights
they call her like
Lady
Lady
Tyson.
Tyson.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I'm
is
not, I
she
can't
shorter
lie
than
to you.
you?
Look,
Is she
she's
shorter
shorter
than?
than me. She's shorter than me, but like I said, I was helping her. You know what I'm saying? She
Yeah.
was getting ready for a fight. She was about 150 or whatever. And at first, I wanted to tell her no, but I kind of I understood why why she wanted to work with me, because she like, listen, I can't get work. I'm saying so like, you spar guys and you spar girls at your size, you can't get work. She said no, so I'm willing to come all the way to you. And she was coming over here for like 8 rounds. I'm talking about the girl could punch.
Mm.
So I was giving her rounds and shit, but I ain't try to take her out. The girl could fight. So I've been honestly
Do you know who she's
um
with now? Like team wise, like manager or
um
promoter? Like, cause I would love to see her fight, man. I haven't heard from her in a while.
she was doing a combat league. When I
Okay.
talked to her here, she was telling me that she was interested working with Amanda. So when we was doing our press conference, I let Jordan know, like, listen, I did work with her. She can punch. She can punch, but Terrific and them was saying something to me in here like, "Oh, you think everybody can punch?" And I'm like, "No, for this," and she came, bro, and I would hop in there with her, and then I said, Barry, take me out, let Kurt go in there, and I'll finish up and move around. But it was good for her to get in there. Like, she was trying to knock my head off, so it allowed me to. I had to stay sharp. I ain't gonna sit here in front like I was just toying with her. No, I had to stay sharp. So I've definitely been doing some sparring. Like I said, we are training for a particular person. There is a backup person as well. So I've been, like I said, I like it better when they be like, you know what, you too sharp, you too soon. Let me slow you down for a minute. So I've been in this boot camp thing. That's why sometimes I kind of change. Like, I hit y'all like I can't do, because sometimes I'm in boot camp at 5:30, 6 o'clock. But today I say, you know what, I'm gonna do it at 9:30. But before that I ran, and then we probably gonna get some sparring in at 11:15. So I'm just
So is boot camp
nonstop
like
training.
hit like high level intent? Like what are you doing in it? Okay, hit. It's like hit.
Yeah,
Okay.
like
Okay.
hit circuits nonstop.
Okay.
Keep going. It's basically to heighten your baseline,
For
so that when
sure.
we
For
do start
sure.
strength and conditioning, I'm already stronger than what I would have started when I started.
All right. I got what's up, champ? It's Dub from Stockton. Do you ever see yourself get in a fight with Shields? If so, what would your mental state look like leading up to the fight? Much love, champ.
That's a good question. We wanted that fight for July 11th.
Oh
You
wow,
know,
that for as early as
we
July 11th.
yeah. We had some back and forth on Twitter because she said she wanted to crack my head, and that her team had sent us offer. So I reached out, to Nikisa, and I said, listen, man, she keeps saying this. And he's like, he kept it real, but like, there's no offer. They don't have the budget. So I'm like, what can we do? Like, can we? He's like, yeah, see if she would want to come and be co-main to Amanda and Katie. We'll offer life-changing money, and let's make it happen. So I say, yo, have your team contact my team. We ready. We waited. She said she was going to pull up the receipts of the offer. and she said that I was not she's not a co-main fighter, and that I have to wait my turn, and she'd rather fight Franchon first. So I left it alone, and I think that my mentality. Listen, let me explain something to you. I had the same problem doing basketball, where you fight down to your level and you fight up to the competition. You mention the name, and it shouldn't be like this, but unfortunately, athletes deal with this some sort. I think that I want to test myself against the best female fighters in the world, and I think you'll see me put my best foot forward to show y'all, why I'm special.
Wow. I had no clue it could have been on that Netflix card. Damn. That would have
Yeah,
been
I mean,
huge.
it was a lot. It was a lot of going back and forth, and she was like, I'm not no co-main the fighter. Why would I need to be co-main to Amanda Serrano and Katie and blah blah blah? And I'm like, but Celito don't have the budget to pay both of us. Like, not Celito, but Celito Promotions. Like, come on, they got the budget to pay you, but they don't have the budget to pay us. So let's go on the biggest female fight card ever. It's crazy you didn't know. Like, the Zone had did a thing on it too about me calling her out and saying that. So I'm not ducking or dodging anybody. And
Damn.
MVP is about making the huge fights happen on the biggest platforms. And um, you know, I'm 30 something years old. It's time that I step up in there with the confidence and the swag, knowing that I can do what I'm gonna do.
That was my next question. Like, so you felt you was ready. Now you feel you can beat her now. Something. So that
Absolutely.
that one fight is it because we had more than one fight. You had the fight with the Canadian girl, well, two Canadians, right? Um, I forgot her name, the girl with the dreads. But like, when did your mentality switch?
It's just something that happens within. You can't go out there and, like, at the end of the day, this is what I signed up for. I signed up for my peers and the crowd to be critical of my performance. Sometimes they're gonna love you, they're gonna hate you. If you look back at my certain fights, I mean, you were very critical. You was out here with Franchon saying, "I wish she let her hands go."
I, but I,
Yeah,
but
but
from a
wait,
I
no, no, no,
love
no,
you
no, wait, wait,
standpoint,
wait,
because
wait,
that's how you
wait.
win.
Yeah, yeah. So look, this is what I'm saying. When I first introduced myself, I was stepping boxing, boom, I stopped Elene Cederos. So then I became this KO puncher, right? And
Yes.
then who else did I fight after that? I think I fought. What was that? Franchon. Was it Franchon? Yeah, it was Franchon. So
No,
I fought
Olivia
Franchon.
Curry. Olivia Curry was next.
Oh, yeah, yeah. So I fought Olivia Curry, and at the end, I felt like I was standing too straight up, and I was trying to get her out of there. So then I became like mummy top, and I was throwing a shitload of punches, but I just felt like I wasn't bending my waist or whatever. So I was kind of standing in the pocket. Some rounds I would box around, right? I still was throwing a lot of punches. I think the output was like at 363 punches, crazy, right? Not really for heavy girls to throw that many punches. Okay, so then I fought Franchon Cruz. So now the two fights that we just noticed, I gave you two different looks at me. I'm not one dimensional. So then I fought Franchon Cruz, and we all know what I dealt with. We just did a documentary, kind of diving a little bit deeper on what I dealt with before that fight. Now, okay, that question, like, do I belong at this level? Am I supposed to win, even though I got my own people in my back, really hoping that I lose? I go in there, they say I kind of look like a Deontay Wilder, like I was looking for one punch, right? So then I recovered, I came back, I fought Natasha Spence, one shoulder counter, beautiful performance, right? And then I fought Melinda Watpool, who feet just suck, right? And I'm boxing around. Okay, so the last 5 fights, I gave y'all 5 different looks of me. Now I expect everybody to be critical because they thinking like, damn, she not what we thought she was because she came in KOing a 6 foot girl. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm,
So
mm-hmm.
instead of paying so much and diving so much into what y'all are looking at it, I kind of take everything that people say critically and I apply it to myself in the gym. I know now I'm mentally strong enough to be in this this game. I mean, it's not a game, but to be in the atmosphere of being a fighter and putting it all on the line and going out there and making sure you your best self. Like, and I'm confident enough now. You know what I'm saying? I done been through a little bit or a lot. Like that shit was supposed to deter me. This game is so extremely dirty, and a lot of shit that happened to me was supposed to break me. It was supposed to slow me down. Like, she won't fight on this card because she's mentally not ready. Everything that was supposed to break me and it didn't, and I'm still here.
For sure. um, we got Mikal. What can you say is the greatest advantage most valuable promotions has given you in your boxing career? Keep advancing women's boxing's champ.
I think the greatest advantage is just the platform and the promotion to put you, alongside some of the greatest fighters that of today's. I don't think that there has been another promotional company that has done things the way that MVP does. Not only that, but signing all those girls and looking to my left and right, that shit is motivation. Like, you know how many belts I saw at dinner? Like, how many belts? And then I got my belt. And it's just like, listen, if you're the best thing on your team, then you need to change your team around. If you don't have nothing to look to left and right and be like, damn, okay, I can, they're good at that. I can, that belt, oh man, yeah. Like, so it's like that. I think that's the biggest thing about MVP. I was signed after Amanda, and Amanda was one of the first females to make more than $1 million. One of the first 7 divisional world champion. So having that always, and now with the additions, it's like she's accomplished way more than I have. So that's something to look to, like to be like, damn, I want to accomplish things like that. I think that's the biggest thing MVP has provided for me.
For sure. I got Donald from Baton Rouge. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Hopefully still in shape, still successful. Would have accomplished undisputed or 2 or 3 divisional world champion. Um, Still active, yeah, successful, a Hall of Fame career.
I love that you said still active, man. So you don't feel like you see in the end of this. You feel like you're just getting started.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm just getting started.
Beautiful.
Your body be wanting you to age, but you tell your body what to do. You control your body. You push past what your body think it can't do, and I'm doing that every day. My legs sore as shit right now. Messing with Terrific yesterday, but I'm here today, pushing past it.
All right. Shit. Hold on a sec. Damn, I just closed the page by mistake. Give me a second. Oh, great. So the next one is from Ali and Dago. Shadasia, who are your top 3 boxers of all time?
Mm, that's a tough one. I have to say Floyd Mayweather. Sugar Ray Leonard. Damn, just 3? Oh God.
Top
Floyd,
3.
uh, Floyd, Sugar Ray Leonard, Canelo / Roberto Duran. Sugar Ray Leonard / Marvin Hagler. I'm gonna make it my way. I ain't about to. Floyd / Terrence Crawford / Boots. There we go. Yeah, that's A. That's B. That's C. They give you multiple choices.
Next one is from Shooter. Hey, champ, are you better than Angel Reese at basketball?
Yeah,
Do you think in your
shooter for
prime
real.
you'd have gave us some game or what?
Absolutely. I mean, it was different then. But Angel Reese is a center, so I probably would have been attacking her more. So, I was a scorer. I didn't give a fuck who was in front of me. I'm gonna score 30.
Mm.
I'm scoring. I'm scoring. So, no, shout out to Angel Reese though. She's dope. She's a great basketball player. And you know what? Honestly, I think the talent pool now is better than what it was before. I do. I think it's getting better. Just finished watching South Carolina and them losing. So yeah, I'll definitely. I don't know. I don't know if she would have shut me down, but I would have scored on her.
Do you still play like for cardio? Cause it is running or nah?
I'm gonna do some. this once this camp too, like from pre-camp to turns into camp, I'm probably possibly gonna do active recovery on a Sunday, or get play some ball or go to Garrett Mountain. I got a dog now, so um, play a little
Damn, you
bit with
still
him,
be
do
doing
some
Garrett
basketball.
Mountain?
Yeah, man,
I gotta
it's about to
ask
get
now,
nice out
since you
too.
said that.
Yeah,
When it's all said and done, where do you want to live? Are you still living in Jersey, or y'all moving somewhere else?
I still want to live in Jersey,
Okay.
um,
You
a
like them
different
damn
city, of
seasons?
course.
Oh my God, I hate the
I
cold.
do, I do, I
You
do.
need
I
to put
like
them
the.
Tims
I'm a
on.
Nah, I'm a dresser. So, fall is like, I like spring, fall. I like winter. I like wearing the long trench coats, walking in the gym. Like, I like that. I like stuff like that. So, my wife, of course, don't. She'd go to South Carolina. She wants out. And I'm telling her,
Hey,
like, look,
happy
we got,
wife, happy life, man. You gotta come down to
yeah.
go to the where it's hot.
No, man.
Easier to
It's
make
snakes and,
weight.
no, it's snakes and shit down there, man.
Ha, you ain't lying. I opened my
I
back
ain't
door
with it.
once in Florida, motherfucking black snake was just going. I'm like, wow.
What? Yeah,
Nah.
exactly. I
Snakes,
ain't,
crocodiles, all that crazy shit in Florida for
uh-uh.
sure. It's better
I
in
can't do
Vegas.
it.
There's less bugs in Vegas, but then you also got
Bro,
snakes
that
if you go to
heat,
the mountain.
that heat in Vegas, like
It's
I had a
different.
crack. I remember when I was living out there, I had like a little dime crack in my windshield. I came back 2 days later, my whole windshield had spreaded from the heat of that one. I ain't, man, listen.
A few more,
They
champ.
actually, they actually, they actually want me to move out to the Poconos,
Why?
Wolf's
It's
Den's
so
boxing. Yeah,
cold.
I don't know. They like, we need to get
Mm-mm-mm.
you out here. I'm like, no way.
That's cold. We got Big Deal. He says, do you ever get Ann Wolf comparisons, and do you think she beat Leila Ali?
All the time. I mean, that's the first thing that when people saw me, and when I was first introduced to the some of the biggest platforms for boxing, that was the first comparison I had ever got. As far as the second part of the question, it's a tough thing. I mean, I wasn't so high on Leila Ali in my earlier years, but I've made rookie mistakes in judging fighters off of my reading the eye with the eyes that I had and the experience that I had when I first started boxing and I first turned professional. Now, really being more professional now and really understanding the sport and understanding and reading what it is that I'm looking at. I thought Leila Ali was a really great fighter. She was fluid and let her hands go and had the instinct um, to go out there and take you out. I think it would have been a great fight. I can't say who would have won, but styles make fights. And now with women boxing flourishing, I think that the judges are prone sometimes more to see, to the punch count and letting the hands go, who's pushing the fight. And sometimes some same judges are looking at, like, who's making you miss and making you pay. For instance, we get away with it. Canelo, he's hasn't been always as active in his law, like in what people thought were a laws. He catch counter, boom boom. They like the like his trainer said, they like the boom bang. Where Lara was throwing combinations of 4 and 5 and moving around the ring, and he still gave it to Canelo. So it all depends on what the judges might look at and what they see. They're two different total fighters. Um, I don't think I think neither one of them cared about how the combinations look. They let their hands go, and that's a page that I can take out of their book as well. So I can't tell you who will win. I just know that it would have been a great fight.
Next one is from Malcolm in New York. Have you had any funny, awkward, or embarrassing celebrity interactions? If so, entertain us with a good story. Laugh out loud. Shout out to you, champ. I'm sure with all the press you've been doing since meeting MVP, signing the MVP, you've had some celebrity interactions. Any funny things happen?
Yeah, no, not necessarily any funny things. I mean, I'm trying to think because then we'll get off this interview and I'll freaking remember and I'm gonna be mad because I'm like, damn. But as of right now, no. I mean,
How was it meeting Ann Wolf, since you was just talking about it? You guys met, no?
yeah, oh, yeah, yeah. I mean, she came in my locker room, and this was before the Olivia Curry fight, and she was walking me out. And I ain't gonna lie, the crowd, I was shitting bricks in there. I was shaking. I just kept moving back and forth. And I said to Ann Wolf, like, this is our first time meeting each other. So I'm looking at her, she looking at me. I'm like, have you ever been nervous before a fight? And she said the simplest shit. And I'm like, that ain't really helped me to myself. Like, that ain't really helped me. But she was like, yeah, but once the bell ring, it's over with. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. Yeah. You know, I'm expecting this big motivation. Like, yeah, champ, it's natural. You know what I'm saying? But after, but after it was, you know, she had a lot of great things to say about me. She actually said that, you know, all I gotta do really is just let it go. Like I really got the skills to do. Like she said some things that I won't really repeat, but she said this to my mother and my wife and my manager at the time, and I'm like, damn, what is it that she see that I'm like, you know, maybe I need more work. But it's crazy because some of the celebrities and the people that I meet, and even like you, there's so much that you guys see in me, and it just you feel like it's just gonna take one thing, and that's for me to just let it all. You know what I'm saying? So I'm finally at that point in my life where
Man, I
okay,
want
I
my
believe what
audience, you got to show my
yeah, like
audience that double left hook. Because you be
I
looking like
believe
Canelo with that double, but they didn't get
yeah,
to see it. And that's
they ain't
another
get to
thing.
see
You
it
know,
yet.
you got to remember, you got me 7 years telling people how you this killer. You know what I'm saying? So then you come on the scene and you prove me right. You knock this girl out that
Yeah,
Franchon fought. So, you know, you're going to take some heat because everybody wants a female who can punch because it don't exist. You know what I'm
right,
saying? So the
and
pressure's on you.
that's what sets me apart. And what I've noticed that too, after you know, like right before and after the Melinda Watson fight, like I just kept being in this stance of wanting to show the world, like, listen, I ain't just no KO puncher. I can do it all, and that's where you get caught up at, you know. But when you work on shit in the gym, and sometimes like shit that we worked on 3 camps ago are just starting to show up now. You understand what I'm saying? Like it happens. Like you work, me and Barry been working so much shit, and then it'll show up in sparring, or I do something in the sparring to stop, you know, because somebody need a break, and I'm like, and he'll walk and he'll let me know after, like, yo, you worked on that shit before, and it's starting to show up now. So I'm just expecting some great things ahead in my near future, man, for real.
We got Future. What do you think you would have to worry about most in a fight with Clarissa?
Now, Clarissa is a great fighter. She lets her hands go. Um, that's pretty much it. I think
She
she
got
has a
great
great sense.
speed. You think
Yeah,
do you feel you fought someone with her speed? I feel like her hands are fast because she punches in combination too.
yeah. She punches in combinations, but you got to particularly look at the combinations there, like 1-2-1-2 or 1-2-3-4. Like it's not really like no combinations that I kind of like differently put together. Not to take anything away from. I can't give y'all the game plan, bro. Hold on.
You
But
got
nah, I
it.
mean Clarissa is what 2, 3 time undisputed. You can't discredit her, for anything that she has accomplished. That's a fight that you damn sure got to be ready for, and I just happen to be hopeful of it and wanting it, and definitely be ready for it.
You think you could put her down?
I do,
I got
I
Dre
do.
in San Diego. What up, champ? Who's on your Mount Rushmore of women's boxing?
Well, I'd have to say Amanda Srano, Katie Taylor, Leila Ali, Lucia Riker. You have to put up there Clarissa Shields. What's that? 5. Um, yeah, definitely.
Uh, I'm gonna let you get that off, but you know it's only supposed to be 4.
Okay, well, let me get it off.
Mr. Perfect says, "Do you think you're on the level of Clarissa?"
I know I'm on a level of Clarissa. What type of question is that? That's what my mindset at, Mister. What's his name?
Mr. Perfect, but he's a super duper
Mister.
Clarissa fan from Detroit. He goes to all her
Oh
fights.
yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah, Mister Perfect.
I
I'm
got
playing.
Dre Day. Salute, champ. Do you feel you will be your toughest? I don't know what he meant. Salute, champ. Oh, I read it wrong. Sorry. Who do you feel will be your toughest competitor moving forward? My bad, Dre Day.
Um, I'm not sure. I think that the level of my opponents has changed drastically. I think they all will be my toughest opponents moving forward because MVP is not in the field of putting just anybody in front of you. It has to make sense. It has to sell. So I think all of my opponents going forward are going to be top tier opponents. There's no more building up. There's no more that, you know.
Yeah. All right, I think this is the last one, and it's actually there's two if you have time, but this last one here is a good one. Quest in Virginia. What's up, champ? If you could have any superpower, what would it be?
Somebody asked me this before, but I really didn't know. Um, I'd say, what's up, man? Uh, name a couple of superpowers, Ness.
Invisibility, super speed like the Flash. I mean, Hulk strength. I don't know.
Hulkster.
Okay. uh, Last one here. It says, "Good morning, good afternoon, Adrian from Lake Lynn. Do you think it would be more entertaining if we let women in boxing do 3-minute rounds?"
I could either. I don't know if it's more entertaining or it's more not. I mean, 3 minutes. That's an extra minute. Which it makes it even like the men's, and there's a lot more action. But then again, to subside that or subside that, that means that when we have 2 minutes, that we have to press the action early in the rounds because we don't have time to wait. So it can go either way. I want it because Amanda wanted it. That's the boss lady. You understand what I'm saying? That's who I look up to. Um, and she brings action every second of the round. But again, will we slow down, being that we have that extra minute?
I guess my last one is just in closing, so people can understand your connection with Amanda. Can you tell that story? Because the way I remember it is you used to spar with her or meet her in New York, and then when she got put
No.
on, she basically put you on.
Right. No. So what happened was, she was training with Gary Starks, who used to come to the East Hanover gym for sparring with Terrific. Everybody know Terrific. He had sparring connections. So me and Amanda started talking on social media. She had heard about me from Gary Starks, and we were like trying to get some sparring in, but Gary was like, "Nah, she way too little." But Amanda was 100% with it. Like, yeah, let's spar. Amanda. So long story short, they had gave me some tickets to the fight. Came out, seen her fight, and I just became an instant fan. And they kept in touch with me, and you know, gave me some advice on certain things. And when they got the opportunity to turn back and pull me up, they mentioned my name to MVP, and they did just that. And they're doing the same thing with their young protege, Crystal Rosada, and I know Fia was interested in working with them too. So I think that they're doing an amazing job. And Amanda and Jordan also have some female fighters, Chop Chop. Some some male fighters too. So shouts out to Amanda Srano and Jordan, for making this happen and introducing me to MVP. I'm forever grateful and honored. And that's the story. That's the relationship.
Beautiful story, man, to know you firsthand and you end up landing with the best boxing promotion for women's is just crazy, and being able to be on the biggest stage, fighting on Netflix, you doing something that wasn't even thought of in women's boxing, man. So shout out to you. Hopefully you're inspiring women in Passaic. We need more women, especially from New Jersey boxing, man. So keep doing your thing, champ. That was the last question. I appreciate you.
Appreciate you too, Nancy. Shout out to the Boxing Voice, man, and stay up, guys. Make
All
sure y'all
right.
go and follow me. Follow me on Instagram. Shadasia_Green. Interact with me. DM me. Like my pictures and my photos. Talk to me. I'll talk back.
Appreciate it. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. It's the